microphones, and we're gonna go to the chat screen, and we're gonna say hey.
Oh, my starting thing lasts for like 7 minutes, so I'll greet we'll greet my chat again after.
Chat will be greeted again. Here's a forewarning. Chat will be greeted again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to the Digital Dojo, everybody, where we I always mess up the order. Challenge, cooperate, meditate on the video games together. Mm-hmm. And today have my lovely friend Mandy Quinn Mall Mannequin here at the Seabridge Mall branch of Digital Dojo. I'm checking in, making sure things are running fine.
Yeah. How are you doing today?
We're doing great. Been a pretty chill Monday. Yeah. How was your weekend?
Let's go. Oh, it was pretty good. I got a lot of stuff done on Saturday, like going under my house to clean up and to change the air filter. Always an adventure. So yeah, it's pretty silly Billy. Let me open up my side so that we can just continue chatting on both screens.
Okay. That's fine. That's cool. This is the first time I'm using the streaming together feature, which is just pretty much one feature, which is the shared chat right now.
Hello, everyone. Sorry, we were already talking over on Satil's side, so welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. We're trying something new. We're gonna be playing some Super Mario Wonder with our pal Satil today. We're talking about our weekend. Satil, what did you do this weekend?
Oh my gosh. Well, I had my tennis lesson on Saturday, and that went really, really well. I'm getting
Hell yeah.
even better. I've been having trouble with the backhand, but I think we know the trick now, kinda.
Okay.
The trick is, we have to start with volleys, because that kind of just gets me relaxed.
Yeah.
Up at the net, and because I was overcompensating with my wrist for the backhand and getting all flippy dippy, but you really want to keep a straight on kind of geometry with your arm, and just kind of, my coach says to give him a knuckle sandwich. But it totally works.
I don't know nothing about tennis except for that there's balls and you gotta hit them.
Yeah. Well, serve, smash, volley.
Serve, smash, volley. Yeah, I do.
Yep.
Trying to get my song thing to work.
No worries.
But yeah, I love hearing about your tennis adventures.
This is so much fun.
I used to love badminton back in the day.
Ooh, that's a great one too. If I move to Asia, I'm sure I'm going to become a badminton player.
A pro.
It's huge over there.
Tennis is also pretty big. Any kind of racket sport.
Yeah. But I know badminton in particular, the Singapore badminton team is amazing. They just go super fast. It's blinding.
High speed.
Yeah.
Also table tennis.
Yeah. Yes. My dad always beats me at that. I cannot beat him I think I beat him once, actually. That's all that matters. One. But, man, he doesn't play tennis anymore, but, he plays a mean table tennis game, let me tell you.
Got that. It's all on the wrist. Whack, whack, whack.
But he's been helping me out on the court, even though he doesn't play tennis anymore. He saves his arm for bowling. Because he's getting up there in years. But he saves his arm for bowling, so he's a good bowler. I think I showed you pics the other night of.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Man and his ball.
Just a man and his ball.
Just a man and his ball. 1 lane. 10 pins.
What? 10 pins, 1 lane.
Oiled up on the floorboards.
I saw the ball too.
Yeah. For context, Mandy and I have a Wednesday night anime night that we do with friends.
Yeah, it's very fun.
Yeah,
My mom used to bowl.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't know what it is with parents and bowling, but my mom used to bowl. Oh, Will 68% is diabolical.
I'm seeing that too. Wow.
Only being 68%.
The magic of the shared chat.
You get to see you don't get to hear the ew on the one side. But
no, I don't.
It's
but that's
very
okay.
funny. Blue balled again. You're right. You're right. Well, welcome everybody. Thanks for being
Parents
a super shopper.
Bowling.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. In the 90s, my mom, she had her own custom ball. And then she also had her like a denim like overshirt. It was like kind of thin and it was embroidered with her name.
Nice.
And she used to do rocket bowling. So basically at night they would turn the lights down and then there'd be like all this UV reactive paint and they would play like rock music.
Yep. In my town it's called Cosmic Bowling.
That's makes sense. I think it's just regional, like whatever the individual bowling leagues want to call it.
The only rule is that it has to be an element of space.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
There's one rule, space, the final frontier.
Yeah.
And you have to be touching on big, heavy balls. So
yes.
But
Absolutely.
she had a glow in the dark ball, so when she would bowl, it would be like lit up. It's so fucking
Nice.
cool.
That is
I don't
cool.
know.
Mom doesn't go bowling no more?
No, she hasn't. I don't think she's bowled for like, not like, we've gone bowling before. So it really like maybe high school for me. But like she used to do it a lot because she was like a stay-at-home mom for my very tiny, teeny life. And I think that's the last time she was like in a league. But it's something to do. Something to...
Yeah, I know, for sure. My dad, I mean... I can't remember a time where I can remember a time where he wasn't bowling, but ever since he was a kid, he has. So he's like basically, I mean, I've seen him roll 300 games. He's a semi-pro. So it's just, my dad knows how to roll a ball.
Damn. What the fuck?
Yeah. And
okay, all right, Dad.
He tried to teach me, and I was just getting frustrated. I'm like, I don't want to learn from you, Dad.
Not for my friends, Dad. God.
But all my friends, in my bowling league were like, "Oh, your dad bowls so good. I want to learn from him." And they'd always try to pick tips from them. I'm like, whatever. Tennis is my game. Okay, I'm playing tennis.
Also balls.
Yeah. Hit balls.
I have to ruin everything.
Everything balls.
I used to play softball. That's the only sport that I had regular in like middle school. And I had glasses and braces. So, your girl was deathly afraid of getting beamed in the face with a huge softball. And they are like grapefruit size. They are giant fucking...
Yeah.
And I was so scared of getting hit in the face.
Oh, it's adorable.
And at that point in my life, I was in like the New England area. And so my stepdad would take me to go get Dunkin' Donuts and I'd get a vitamin water. So I would always get the one flavor, like the acai flavor or whatever it was. And we'd stop at like a corner store. And I would get like the vanilla powdered sugar donut and it had like a vanilla cream in the middle. And so I'm just over here sitting in my full like softball uniform, chowing down on a powdered sugar covered fucking donut and drinking vitamin water like it was making a difference.
I forgot to post the freaking post. I'm so sorry. Okay, now we're good. Keep going.
So I played softball and it was fun. But I was just afraid of being hit. And when you're afraid to take risks, afraid to fall, afraid to be hit by something, sports are very scary. Then you don't really put your whole all into it because you're too afraid to do anything.
Here's my history with sports, right? When I was a kid, I wanted to do karate. But the stipulation was I wanted to do moves like Link from Super Smash Brothers. So I went there and discovered I couldn't do those things and cried. So they took me out of it. I went to soccer. I scored for the other team and cried. And also I hated the oranges. I love oranges now, but I hated oranges back then.
Oh.
And because, and then I tried baseball, like t-ball. And
Yeah.
all I wanted to do was sit in the outfield and pick the flowers and not mind anybody else's business.
I think that's just how it has to be with kids that aren't athletic. You either really want to do it, or you're just like, I would rather be doing anything else. And my brother was in wrestling, and he was older than me, so he was in high school when I was in middle school. And his wrestling coach was like my history teacher at one point, and he'd be like, Quinn, but where's your brother? Why was he at practice the other day? I was like, I don't fucking know. Do you think my brother talks to me? Are you sure? Are you sure you think the dynamic between us is that we share information? He's probably out with his friends. I don't know. But that guy would like yell, like that was his thing. Is he would like not like aggressively, but volume was his tactic. So, that's why I was like, I don't like that. I don't like that you're being so loud in my direction. I would.
Yeah. That dynamic you just described just makes me think like your life was a sitcom.
Oh no!
Just
my
like
brother
the
got into
coach
a lot of
yelling at
trouble.
you as you're going to school. Yeah.
No, I think that's the role of an older brother, is to get in trouble so you don't. You're like, I'm gonna avoid it. I'm not gonna.
Sitcom dynamic. There you go.
I just didn't want to. I literally, I was like, you know what, man? I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm not his keeper, but he got into so much trouble. Somebody like, I don't know. There was a whole drama. Like, he got into so much drama, and I just stayed in my lane because I was, again, a very fearful vanilla bean of a child. So, there was a point where he had been dating this girl for a while, and then they broke up and they were just friends, which is very amicable. That's cool. Like, so they stayed friends, except for when she started dating a new dude. He was like, why are you hanging out with so-and-so so much, my brother? And so my brother's like, dude, it's nothing. Like, we're just pals. And then one day, this kid who had to ride the same bus, like jumped my brother on the bus, but my brother was on the wrestling team. And socked the kid in the nose, broke his nose, and then put him in a headlock to keep him still so the bus driver could like call the cops. I'm like, what the fuck? It was very crazy. And so I was at school when I got called to the principal's office, and I was like so freaked out. I'm like, I didn't do anything.
Wait, why are they calling you? Oh, because.
And so I was at the office, and my mom was there with my brother, and my brother's shirt was covered in blood. Like, he always used to wear like white t-shirts. Yeah. And then he says the best one-liner I think anyone could ever say. He looks at me, he's like, don't worry, it's not mine. And I was like, what do you mean by that? What are you talking about?
What a chump.
Yeah, so my mom had picked him up from the police station, and I didn't have a cell phone, so she had to come to school to let me know that she had taken my brother from the police station. Shit was crazy. Oh my gosh. Hi, Dubious. Welcome in.
Yo, Dubious.
So yeah, anyway, my brother got into trouble. I didn't. And that's where the sitcom happens. Have I ever told you about the time he got stuck in a couch?
Nope.
We used to have a couch. We lived in a townhouse. And so the first floor was like a foyer and like laundry, and then like a little like game room, which was really like a couch and a TV with our video games on it. And my brother was like jumping on the couch. He was like 11. And then his foot went like right into the couch, like between the cushions, and he got his leg caught between some of the supports in the bottom of the couch. And we couldn't get him out. And then he was squirming and squealing, and I'm like 6, and I'm like eating popcorn, like, this shit's awesome, like getting his comeuppance. And my mom had to like call the cops. She's like, the non-emergency number. She's like, hey, my son is stuck in our couch. And they're like, I'm sorry. She's like, yeah, my son is like stuck. Like, his leg is stuck in our sofa. And so they had to send like the cavalry to come and like open up the back of the sofa and like put like butter and olive oil on the back of his leg and like slip his leg out of the
Wow.
thing. It was very funny. Hi,
what a
Jeannie,
great
how
story.
are you? Yeah, I treasure it. I treasure it always, because it was like one of the one times I got to sit and watch my brother just like absolutely reaping what he sowed. But yeah, childhood I have very fond memories of my brother getting into trouble.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Man.
But going back to the weekend, I've also been like really, really obsessed with like Baldur's Gate 2 multiplayer.
Ooh.
And like it's so good. I love the first Baldur's Gate. Molly and I have been playing a little bit of Baldur's Gate 3 together. But going back to Baldur's Gate 2 and like this is my first time going through it. I'm doing evil for the multiplayer run. And then being a good guy for my single player. But it's
That's
very
pretty snazzy.
It's just like, you know, I mean, you played Baldur's Gate 3, so like as soon as you open the game and like get past the tutorial, there's just like side quests galore.
Yeah, it's distraction the game.
Yeah. But the way the story carries over from Baldur's Gate 1 to Baldur's Gate 2 just like fills my heart with such joy. And like the interactions deepen and those characters you know and love just get better. And it's just addicting. I really love like the real-time strategy combat that Baldur's Gate 2 does not. Or Baldur's Gate 3 does not. Even though it would be really hard to make that work in Baldur's Gate 3. There is a mod for it, but yeah.
It just kind of takes the D&D route, I think. It like it's the turn-based combat and but like you can take as long as pretty much not as long as you want because there is still a timer, but you have a pretty generous amount of time.
It gets so dang long for me.
Yeah, no, that's understandable.
And then, you know, I mean, instead of streaming, honestly, like I love taking my weekends and like the time I have and like, you know, doing the anime night. And like if there's nothing else for me to do and there's no one who like, you know, not wants to stream, but like I haven't approached anyone about like doing a stream together or anything.
Right.
Like I really just cherish like hanging out with you, like hanging out with other people rather than stream, and like that's where the fun lies for me. I love being on here, but it's only if I have nothing else to do, I'm like, let's play a video game for a really long time on stream.
That's fair. Yeah. And I don't usually stream on Mondays. So it was a fun time to have like an extra little bonus stream, a little streamy stream.
Madman and I were playing Neverwinter Nights for a while, and we never have gone back to it.
Well,
but yeah, we'll have to find out how schedules work out. But so far, Wednesdays, which coincide with our anime night, are the ones that work out. So I mean, Madman, you gotta open up your schedule, bud.
Maybe you take a Wednesday or something. Maybe it's like every other Wednesday where you guys, you know, maybe that's a designated game night situation or something like that, or maybe like once a month, you know.
Yeah. Dubious has the right idea. Dubious, it's similar. It's like it's a gaming diary. Yeah.
That's fun. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. So Baldur's Gate 2's been a session for me. Lemon and I are besties, so we have been trying to get together again. She just got done with being like super busy.
Ooh, yay!
I don't know if I can. Never mind. She's been busy, and but we play Dragon Quest V and watch anime all the time together, and it's been super fun playing Dragon Quest V because she loves making maps. And we kind of, you know, hand off the control, like how we do with Mario RPG when we go back to that eventually, like we hand off the controls. Yeah. But she like makes the maps, and we got to a very pivotal point. It's been really, really good. So I hope we keep doing that on the weekends. And then a local friend who I do not see that often, funnily enough, we got together to do anime over Discord. He's just been having a lot of like... health issues and stuff, and I'm like, hey, let's just like not wait, and like I know it's stupid even though we live in the same town, like let's just go on Discord like everyone else. And we're like, okay.
Makes it a little easier to meet up.
Yeah, so that was my weekend. Yeah,
your social butterfly.
I guess so.
Your waking social butterfly.
I guess so. And I'm gonna be meeting people on Boo and Bumble, and that's been going well too.
Hell yeah! Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, I'm not doing half as much touching grass as you are. I have work every day and then my bass lessons every Wednesday, and then but most of it's my computer friends and streaming. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I get a lot of joy from streaming.
It's a balance. Yeah. I get a joy from everything. I think I just enjoy. And streaming is just one little bit of it.
Brain is so big. Your brain is so huge. I don't know where you store all that.
I don't know. I don't even keep a good calendar or anything. I'm like, I'm going to do this today.
Damn. You're like, I'm ready. I'm ready now. I'm doing it now.
Yeah.
I don't
just
know,
before this, I was learning how to solder. So.
Oh, that's right. You said you had your soldering kit. What were you soldering? What were you working on?
It's a practice kit. So I'm just legitimately, honest to goodness, starting to learn. And before I like go into my retro consoles and mess them up, I want to make sure I know what I'm doing.
Electronics and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done some soldering before, but it was for jewelry. I had some jewelry classes in high school, and that was really fun. I really enjoyed that. Having working with metal and fire was very cool.
Yeah. I burned my fingies, but it's okay.
No, don't. Did you touch the end of the soldering iron?
Well, I didn't think it was getting hot enough.
That's the classic glue gun conundrum. Is my glue gun heating up? Let me just touch the tip of it to my finger, and then you burn a fucking little donut shape in your finger. And you're like, God, ask me how I know.
Yeah, you did it.
Going to art college, glue gun is one of your best friends and one of your bitchiest enemies. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That little bitch. You need her, but to what end?
Well, I think. So the soldering iron, we've had it for a while, but the kit is new, like the learning kit. So we haven't used it in a while, and I think the tip needs some love. And
just the tip?
Yeah, it wasn't like adhering. The solder wasn't adhering well to it, so I got to figure out what's going on there.
Yeah, you got to dunk the whole thing in flux. I'm sure that won't be a problem.
I'm not going to do that. They say explicitly in the directions, please do not do that.
Please don't. For the love of God, don't do that. Actually, yeah. I went to high school in like the middle of nowhere, and so the only reason we had jewelry classes is because one of the teachers made jewelry, and he did like sculpting as his art class, and he happened to make jewelry on the side. Like he just had his own business of making custom jewelry, and it was like very salt of the earth. So it was very sturdy. A lot of rings that were like. Very thick, very simple. And if he found like a nice gem, he'd set it. And I don't know, it was very like no nonsense jewelry, and very, very practical and very sturdy, which made sense because we're like in the middle of nowhere. And so he taught us a lot about how to make jewelry, and all of the stuff was already there. So all the equipment. And so, that was really fun. We had like the buffing wheels, and we could polish our rings and stuff. And we did like wax casting, which is basically where you make a version of your ring or your jewelry item in wax first. And you use like dental tools to like, and you have like a little alcohol lamp to like heat up the tools, and then you can like melt the wax and sculpt the wax. And then you take it, and you have to have a centrifuge for jewelry, so it'll heat up, and you'll basically make a cast of the wax, and it heats up, and while it's heating up, the metal is also heated and like liquefied, and in the centrifuge it pushes the wax out and then replaces it with the metal with centrifugal force. And then when it's done, you crack open the mold, and you're left with the metal that had filled the impression that the wax left behind. And then you like polish it and do what you need to. And I made a ring for my mom, and it was really fucking ugly. And my mom's like, thanks, Mandy. And like put it in a drawer and just close the drawer. That's so nice, Mandy. Thank you. And yeah, I wonder if she still has it. She probably does, but it's just like buried in a bunch of other shit that she's like, I haven't looked at this in like 12 years. 13 years. 14.
We have
I don't know how long.
every holiday season, my mom puts out this pine cone Christmas tree that I did in 3rd grade. that like
Aw.
has hot glued presents underneath the tree and like
Aw.
so similar vibes.
Little baby's first pine cone art.
Yeah.
Macaroni art. I remember viscerally. I probably was like 4 or something. I made it was like my dad smoked cigars. So I had a cigar box. And then I glued like pasta shells around the edge of it and spray painted it gold. Like gaudy and ugly and like literally a child made it. But I still, from that, like I remember that was the first time I'd like smelled spray paint before. And just how sharp it was on my senses and like how I had to press really hard to get the spray paint to come out. And like it's strange what memories like kind of linger with you, even though that was like over 25 years ago or some shit. I still remember like making that shitty little box and like the smell, like how sharp it just like fills your sinuses when you use spray paint. I don't know. I remember that. Yeah. And I remember what it looks like, and it was ugly. I'm gonna say it. I'm not afraid to say it. The child Mandy didn't know what she was doing. I don't know.
It's all right.
But you know what? I think I turned out okay, aside from the fumes.
One man's trash is another man's treasure.
Is also another man's trash because it's trash.
Yeah.
We don't have it anymore, so clearly.
Oh, it's true. All right, so it's just trash.
Really?
All right.
It was just trash. It was just trash.
All right.
But yeah.
Shall we get into the game?
Let me get into the game, y'all. Y'all want to play some Super Mario Wonder? I have only played a little bit of it. Let me get into my game screen and see what I can't do about that. Let me see about that.